Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. Today, I wanted to talk about healing as the higher self. Your higher self holds all the answers. Your higher self, your soul, whatever word you want to use for your greater intelligence. Your higher self knows the answers. It already knows what to do. There's a part of you that knows what to do in every situation. But we've just simply been trained that there are experts that know better than we do. Well, guess what? That's not true. There's a part of you that knows better than you currently do. There is the part of you that is directly connected to source wisdom. The soul, the higher self, whatever you want to call that, is part of you. You are it, and it is you. But we've just had our awareness turned off to our greater selves for hundreds of thousands of years on this planet. We've just been so focused on being in these physical bodies that we have been convinced that we're mere mortals, that we're merely these physical bodies. And when the physical body stops functioning, we cease to exist. Well, guess what? Not true. We are in the midst of the Great Awakening. And the Great Awakening is not only the awakening to what's actually going on this planet, it is also about awakening to the higher aspect of ourselves, to awaken to the truth of who we are. So when we are not awake, when we have amnesia and don't remember the greater self, the truth of who we are, the eternal souls that we are, we suffer because we are operating from only a fraction of our own intelligence. We're only using the intelligence that we have been taught to use. And frankly, it's really not all that intelligent most of the time. We as humans make some pretty bad decisions for ourselves, which turn into suffering because we're not using the vast amount of our intelligence that is non-physical. You know, they say we only use a fraction of our brain. What do scientists say? I don't know, like some minuscule amount. I don't know, 10% or less or some crazy thing like that. It's not of our brain, it's of our being. We're operating from a fraction of who we are. And when we are paying attention to the external world and we're focused out there and we're listening to other people and relying on other people to guide us, to tell us what to do, when we believe that there are experts that know more than we do, this creates a false reality because the truth is that no one knows better or more than you do. But it's not you, the human, it's you, the grand being of light that you are. You are that right here, right now. But if you're not looking for your greater intelligence. If you're looking to the experts all the time to find out, oh, what's wrong with me? What should I do? You're not going to be able to access your greater intelligence. Before I started accessing my greater intelligence, my life was pretty much a living nightmare. I was struggling financially, I was struggling socially, I was struggling emotionally, I was struggling mentally. I was on the brink of suicide many times because I just couldn't handle living here. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Nothing in this world made any sense to me. And trying to operate from my limited human perspective, it wasn't going very well. And when it wasn't going very well, I found myself facing cancer. I was terrified. I was terrified of my own body. But when I looked out at what the experts tell us we have to do to fix it, it was a hard no for me. Going down that route was not on my to-do list. That was not the life I wanted to live. I knew deep down inside something was telling me that there's a different way. When I thought about doing chemo or radiation or pharmaceuticals, like, it didn't feel good in my body. Like, I actually at the time thought that I was terrified of those things, but I realized later it was my higher self going, hello, don't do that. So when it was a hard no for going the medical route, I needed to look for an alternative answer. And I knew that this was the lifetime of mastery for me. This is the lifetime that I have chosen to learn how to become a masterful human, to become the master creator of my own reality. You've probably heard, you are the creator of your reality. If you haven't, well, now you just did. We are creator beings. We are creating in every moment of every day, whether we're aware of it or not. When we're not aware of it, we feel like victims of life. It seems like life just happens to us. But that's never true. Life is happening through us. And we are the creators. If we're running around reacting to everything around us, then we're just creating from our reactions. So we're creating out of fear and doubt and guilt and worry and shame. And I don't like that. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why'd they do that to me? And we just keep creating more and more and more of that same stuff. All the stuff that we don't like. Anything that we're reacting to, we're actually giving energy to. If it triggers us, it means we're feeling energy about the thing. And anything that we're feeling energy about, we're generating, we're creating. So we're creating either from happiness and joy, or we're creating from our reactions in fear and frustration and doubt. So as the grand beings of light that we are, we have to learn how to harness our powers. And the only way to do that is to get quiet and look within. We have to turn our attention inside to look for the rest of who we are. We are both physical and non-physical. A minuscule portion of us, a minuscule percentage, is physical. The vast majority of who we are is non-physical. So we have to start looking for the non-physical self. We have to start looking for that which cannot be seen. We have to start looking at energy. Our physical eyes are designed to look at physical stuff. Our non-physical eye, our third eye, our imagination is what we use to see the invisible realms, the non-physical realms. And the only way to use that is to get quiet, close our eyes, and focus with our third eye, with our imagination. Our imaginations have been greatly maligned. We have been taught, oh, that's just your imagination. That's not real. Stop daydreaming. Come back to reality. You got to be a realist. Well, I got news for you. If you're using your physical reality as your compass, you're going to be screwed every single time. Pardon my language. But the physical reality around us is the stuff that has already been created. As we look at the circumstances of our lives, those are the things we've already created. We ourselves have already created the circumstances of our lives up until this exact now moment. Now this exact now moment. Now this exact now moment. You know what? It's always now. There is no past and there is no future. There is only now. And if we're looking at evidence, all we're looking at is what we've already created. And then we look at what we've already created as the evidence that, oh, things aren't good. There's something wrong with me. You know, I don't like this. Why'd they do that to me? And then we just keep generating more and more and more of the same stuff. In order to generate something new, we have to look forward. We have to start focusing inside. We have to close our eyes. We have to start noticing energy and start learning how to be masterful with our energy and our focus and utilizing our imaginations to create. Our imagination is the tool that we use to create. If you can't imagine something, then you cannot create it. We have to start imagining better for ourselves. Imagine a world where you don't have to go to the doctor because you already know what to do to keep yourself healthy and balanced and happy and thriving. And if something does show up in your body, you know exactly what it is. And you know exactly what to do about it. It's not some pipe dream or fairy tale. This is how I live my life. Like, this is my actual reality. And many other people live the same basic reality template. They know the biological laws. They understand how the body functions. And it's not the way the medical model tells us. We're not being attacked by diseases. Our bodies are adapting to our traumas. When we're living in fear, doubt, worry, shame, blame, guilt, we distort ourselves. Our higher self, the soul, is perfect in every way. It is well-being, a well-being, right? Created, we are each beings, created in divine perfection by God, source, creator itself. There's nothing wrong with us. But when we come into these physical bodies, we look at the reality around us and we go, oh my gosh, this is not good. Uh-oh, what's wrong with me? Uh-oh. And then we start distorting ourselves, believing that we're small, that we're insignificant, that we're powerless, that there's something wrong with us. Completely distorted thought patterns, completely untrue. But our bodies reflect those thought patterns. When we're thinking, oh, there's something wrong with me, I screwed up, there must be something, yeah, why did they do this to me? Our body starts to take on the exact form that we are being. So then when we believe there's something wrong with me, then your body is going to show that. Your body is a direct reflection of who you think you are. The truth is, you are a grand being of light. You are your higher self. You are your soul. You have all the answers. But if you don't look for your own answers, you're never going to find them. And if you rely on other people for answers all the time, you're going to get other people's truths, which are not necessarily true. And when we rely on other people's answers, we end up suffering because we're not meant to rely on other people's answers. We're not meant to live by some expert's answers. We're meant to live by our own inner guidance, our own authentic divine wisdom. If you are living by somebody else's rules, somebody else's wisdom, it is guaranteed that you will be suffering. Because truth be told, we live in a holographic universe and you are the only one. Each one of us. There's nobody else in your hologram. You are the one generating your entire experience on this planet. So if you're relying on somebody else to generate good experiences for you, good luck. It truly is not going to work. Yeah, I mean, we can go on cruises and we can have great times and do fun things. Like, yes, other people can help us to have great experiences. But these are experiences that we ourselves are generating. And then the other people show up to support us in the experience that we're creating. But if you're relying on some doctor for your health, it's not going to happen. You are responsible for your own health. And you have all the answers. You are the one who knows exactly what's out of balance. You know exactly what to do to heal your body and to bring yourself back into a state of wholeness and well-being. You have all the answers. But if you don't look for the answers, you will never find them. You are your higher self right here, right now. You are your soul. You cannot be not your soul. You cannot be not your higher self. It's impossible. You can shut your awareness off to all the other layers and levels of yourself, all of the non-physical aspects of yourself. You can turn your back, you can close your eyes, you can pretend they don't exist, you can shut off your awareness, but they're still there. They're still you. And all that wisdom, all that knowledge is sitting right there waiting for you to tap in. But if you do not sit and tune in and look for your own answers, you will never find them. And you will leave this physical body without ever having reconnected to the rest of you. Which is a real shame, because when you start to connect to the rest of you, life becomes fun. It becomes exciting. It becomes a grand and glorious adventure. It gets easy. You get in the flow. Synchronicities happen. Your body heals itself without any pills. This is what's actually possible. Are you willing to look, to find what's actually possible? Are you willing to look and find your own answers? Well, sure, but Lisa, I don't know how to do that. That could take me forever. Well, if you'd like a shortcut, if you would like a direct path to getting your own answers, to cutting through all of the programming that we've received, to knock out all those false beliefs that you still think are true, but are not. If you'd like to cut to the chase and you'd like a direct route to your higher self, your inner wisdom, your body's ability to heal itself, your ability to know what to do, please reach out. This is my specialty. I help you become the higher self to show you what's actually true and how you can throw out all these old ideas of you got to have some expert. Somebody else knows more than you. If you're tired of having somebody else know more than you, then reach out. I will show you how to access your own answers. I'm not here to give you answers. I'm not here for you to rely on me for anything. I'm here to help you rely on yourself. I'm here to help you see that you are a grand being of light so that you can be your most masterful, healthy, happy self, so that you can start creating heaven on earth for yourself and those around you. Right? You can't create for anybody else, but by you creating your very best self and creating heaven on earth for yourself, you become the beacon of light for others to see. You become the inspiration for others. And together we all start creating heaven on earth, healing this beautiful planet, restoring it to its healthiest, most thriving self. Mother Earth, she's a being. This earth is a living being. It's not just some rock floating through space. This earth deserves to be its healthiest, most abundant, thriving self, just like we do. Are you willing to be your most abundant, thriving, healthy self so that we can start restoring this place? Are you ready for peace on earth? When you start tuning in, all the answers of how to create that for yourself start dropping into place, and it starts to become obvious. And you heal, and you start holding space for others to heal as well. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you'd like to reach out, if you'd like some assistance in this area, you can find me at connectingyou2you.com. Connecting the physical you to the non-physical you. Connecting the you who you think you are to the you who you actually are. So you can start seeing clearly. So I look forward to hearing from you. Find me at connectingyou2you.com. My book is called The Simplicity of Self-Healing, and it's available on Amazon. Thanks so much for listening. Until next week, create for yourselves a great week. Bye for now.